Hello, my name's Andy Rafael from eTeknix.com, and today we're looking at the BFG EX Series 1200 watt modular power supply. What comes included in the box is a install guide, 4 screws for mounting the power supply, a power cable, the modular leads, and of course the power supply. As this power supply is modular, it does come with this nice array of connections and leads. This includes Molex adapters, it also includes serial ATA power adapters, and PCI Express adapters. So it does give you a nice collection of different size cables as well as different connections. Not many people are aware that BFG actually make power supplies because their main focus is actually graphics cards. But with their power supplies, they have got quite a lot in the actual product range, ranging from 450 watt and upwards. In the EX series, which is this power supply, there is currently only a 1000 watt and a 1200 watt power supply. The one we're looking at today is the 1200 watt version. When purchasing a power supply, there's a few things that you really need to look for when buying one to get the best power supply for your money. Firstly, the wattage. This particular power supply is 1200 watt, so it's more than enough to even to power the most extreme gaming rigs like a Core i7 with a triple graphics card setup. 1200 watt is definitely more than enough for a system like that, so it's most likely going to be perfect for what you need for your system. Another thing that you need to look for is a decent manufacturer. This is made by BFG, who make fantastic graphics cards as well as power supplies. Other brands that I trust for power supplies would be Corsair and OCZ. Don't skimp on a power supply. It's one of the most important parts of a computer, so buy a brand that has a decent reputation. Lastly, you want to buy a power supply that has a good efficiency rating. This particular power supply has an 80 plus efficiency rating. You will find that other power supplies don't have an efficiency rating logo on the box, and I'd say stay well clear from these because they're not going to give you the stability and the performance that you need from a higher end power supply like this one. Taking a look around the power supply now, straight away we can see that there's quite a few wires that are hardwired. Just having a look at some of these, we can see that we've got the motherboard ATX power adapter, we've got some 4-pin motherboard connectors, PCI Express, serial ATA, Molexes. So we've got everything really to power a normal system, but this power supply is also modular. So if we have a look at here, we can see that it's got various different connections, and they are labelled as well. So we can see that this one's PCIe, PCI Express. This is peripheral SATA, so serial ATA. Same with this one, same with this one, and same with this one. So these are for powering your hard drives and CD-ROM, DVD-ROM drives. And then we've got another PCIe down here. So even though this power supply has got quite a few hardwired cables, it does give you the flexibility to use a lot of it in modular mode as well. Taking a look at the back of the power supply, we can see where the power cable plugs in and the on-off switch. We can also see that the back of the power supply has got a mesh style design, which is obviously going to help dissipate heat out of the back of the case. The side of the power supply is nothing special. It's got a couple of ventilation holes here and a BFG logo which is embossed into the metal. Taking a look at the top of the power supply, we can see that it's got this sticker which you'd normally expect on a power supply. This talks you through the model, serial number, as well as the DC output, minimum load and maximum load figures. Taking a look at the bottom of the power supply, we can see this silent 135mm fan with this fan grill with a BFG logo in the middle. And I do like the style of this because everything on this power supply is black. Now take a listen to the 135mm silent fan. Earlier in the review we spoke about these different modular connections, so it's a matter of finding the lead that you need. This one for instance is a serial ATA power lead. On one end it will have this connection. It's just a matter of offering it up to the port that it goes into and clicking it into place. To release it, press the button at the top and pull it back out. Having a look around trying to find a price for this power supply, the cheapest price we was actually able to find was £160.99 from dabs.com. I know this sounds like a lot of money, but when you compare the price of this to other 1200 watt power supplies, like the Thermaltake Tough Power that we looked at a couple of weeks ago, you will find that the prices are all roughly really the same. If you are going to build an extreme gaming rig, you are going to have to put quite a bit of money aside for a heavy duty power supply like this one. So at that price I think it's very good value for money. As you can see from the review, it is a fantastic power supply. It's made by BFG, which we all know is a trusted, reliable manufacturer. The only problem is a lot of people don't realise that BFG make power supplies and motherboards actually. A lot of people just think that they make graphics card products, which isn't the case. So hopefully over time BFG will get their name more known in the power supply and motherboard market, and we'll be able to see products like this more freely available on e-tailers, because at the moment there wasn't that many sites where I could actually find this for sale. But the price that I did find it for sale at £160.99, I think is fantastic value for money, considering it's a 1200 watt power supply with 80% efficiency. The only downside to this is branded on the box is the silent fan. It states that it's got a silent fan, but from using this power supply for a couple of days now, I've realised it's not as quiet as some of the other power supplies that we've looked at in the past. Because of this, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars.